Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. You don't even know, people. Can I get a 5x5, please? I'm Captain Tommy Scogle, and you are on the lifeboat. Boy, oh, boy. You know what? I got in here at about 10 minutes till. And at 10 minutes till, I saw a comment from Ann Hummingbird. And it said that she had surgery coming. So with 9 minutes to go, before going live, I just hit go. And I didn't hit countdown. I didn't hit anything. And I just said, hey, everybody, the reason no countdown. And I was putting comments up. I don't know if you noticed, but I was putting comments up and I was talking to you the entire time. I've been welcoming people. And it took about 10 minutes to realize that, holy hell, the red light's not on. That's embarrassing. On the bright side, I guess I could have kept my mouth shut and not told anybody. Ashley, good to see ya. Cats, bats, and flowers. Glad you're here. Virginia, happy you're here. Hello, Jessica McShane. Barbie. Kelly Gerling. Henny. I'm doing okay. Thank you. Rebecca Betts, glad you're here. Davey. Evie. Debbie P. I thought you were Spanx. Yeah, you know what? You said thanks, Spanx. And I'm talking into the microphone. I said, you know what? Spanx is going to be late today. So no, that one's all me. But I thought I was talking to you, but I wasn't. Spanx is actually at the gym working out. So he's not here. He's going to be running a little late. Obviously, I'm starting really late because I was at a meeting that I couldn't miss. And I'm looking up and it doesn't have a count up there, right? Like right now, it says like 186 or whatever. I'm talking this whole time and there's no count. I'm like, wow, there's nobody here. Christy Hughes, thank you. I mean, I'm literally going, there is nobody here. Not a good night, man. Boy, better go on time from now on. Lacey Silver, good to see you. Hey, Miss D. Neil Pert. Is God Turner. Oh, you must be Nath at the bar there. Germans love David Hasselhoff. Canadians love Johnny Scoville. Hello, Roberta. Heather, good to see you. Davey. Lisa. I made a point of commenting while no one was listening that I had on the old spectacles. Monlo. Good to see you. Huckleberry Crabgrass Calhoun. Good to see you. Sandra Ferguson. Big fan. Cosmic Christie. Big fan of your work, Cosmic Christie. Glad you're here. The boat is cruising. The boat is cruising. Cece. Cece. I am glad that you are here, I think. No, I'm kidding. Of course I'm glad. DJ Daddy-O. Glad you're here. That would be that'd be Mr. T. Huge friend of mine. Cece, I was picking on you. I have a friend, new friend, by the way, whose name is Cece, but I know she doesn't spell it that way. So I'm just picking on you, but I don't think it was the right one I was picking on. Plant Freak, I'm so glad you're here once again. Big fan of your work. Maggie May, good to see you. Tree Hugging Buddha, Sandy, Wendy, Sandra Ferguson, Huckleberry Monlo. Let's go. Fire this thing up. What do you think? Diane Connor? Canadians love Tommy? Well, I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about like Nielsen ratings. Should you be yelling city names? Apparently the ratings north of the border are nothing short of staggering. So Canadians love my brother. His show is fairly popular up there. There are hardy people north of the border. I've always told you. I'm big fans of anybody here from Aaron. Roberta, the last person I heard was yesterday. I don't know that of anyone who has heard from him today, and I have not, but I know he was really, really feeling it. He was under the weather, and that's terrible, you know? It really is. I look hot in glasses. You're the first person to ever say that out loud. I'm pretty sure. Unless I did. But, you're the first woman to say that out loud. I promise you. Kristen, thank you for being excellent. I appreciate you. Marux, Iced Autumn, Anik Alexander. Anik, what can I say? I mean it. Thank you for all you do. Just Pauline, I know you're killing it. I know you're killing it. I do. I just know you're killing it. And I feel well. And you know what? You too are loved and appreciated. And Hummingbird, I know you did respond. You thought I was Spanky. No, Spanky will be here for a bit. But we're going to pray for you through this. And you look good. You do. Erica, you also look good. I'm bringing back the compliment, people, and I don't care who doesn't like it. Fancy Nancy, good to see you. You're looking great. Cosmic Christie, you look good today, too. Hope you're feeling good. I am bringing back Paula Puffy. You look great. I am bringing back the compliment. Sorry. Kevin Hawthorne, my man. Lakeland, Florida. Looking good as well. Hello, Cricket. You were looking fabulous. Stacey Allen. All right, all right. Lord Kiss Freak, there he is. Awakened by the looking glass. Can't read chat very well, but you know what? Been there, done that. That's why Lisa's got me doing the glasses, because she thinks the Clint Eastwood thing is no longer hot. You know what I mean? Really squint my eyes up really small to see. I think I've probably been doing it for about the last 15 years, but this is a tap out. Make no mistake, the glasses are a tap out. Sending me an email tonight of 2 cats in baskets. Because I'll tell you something. The device that holds this is just a writing platform. Like I could be two-gunned. I really could. I could have a second cat there. Although I have a feeling Squirrel would rebel. Squirrel is very territorial. Conversations with Christy. Good to see you. Can we get some ones for Cosmic Christie? I did not know Cosmic Christie was not feeling well. We can absolutely get ones for Cosmic Christie. Thank you, Anik. Marissa, I'm sorry to hear that. I really am. I'm sorry to hear that. We all have them, don't we? I want to tell you something. I had people from the lifeboat save this day no less than a half a dozen times. I'm not kidding. This day's wanted to be a piece of crap since I got up. There's no other way to put it. This day has wanted to kick the hell out of me from the time that the alarm went off at 3:30. It has been one thing after another. There's been some emails from people who are really upset, and with rightful, with plenty of reason. And it's just been a domino effect of one thing after another. And it kind of felt like it was getting piled on. I'm not playing the victim, people. I'm just saying it started getting heavy. I felt like I wasn't going to get through it. But every time I felt like I wasn't going to, somebody did something so cool, so sweet. Sandy McKenna, huge shout out to Sandy McKenna. I love you, Sandy. I really do. There are just a lot of people that are really doing a lot. There are a lot of people who are really doing a lot to try to make everybody feel a little better. I'm glad that you got over to needing a meeting today too. Listen, anyone that got to need a meeting today, really appreciate you. If you didn't get over there and hit subscribe. You'll thank me later. You will. You will thank me later. Everyone else has, and you're gonna run into me over there. Plain and simple. I'm going to be pulling a lot of shifts over there, especially while they're getting rolling. They're really getting sea legs. I mean, don't get me, don't get a mistake. They've been putting up content for a long time, but now they're going to start stretching those legs and doing things like, yeah, you heard me. Joining teams with the big red button. Sorry, people. The hydration thing has become a new thing for me. I am really preoccupied with it. You subscribe. Thank you, Erica. Appreciate you. Tina Jenkins, good to see you. Uh-oh. They'll let anybody in here. There has been no security at all. You would not believe the riffraff are letting on this place as we speak. It's starting to scare me a little bit. I'm kidding. Spanky, what do you say? You doing all right? I was telling everybody my boy was busy. He was working out, but it looks like Spanks is in the studio. Pajama Pixie, liked, subs, and started to watch. Hey, you know what? We'll see you there. Here's the nice thing, man. Here's the nice thing. We create content, right? We create content. It's what we do. Now, there's a lot of content creators out there. There are a ton of them. And a lot of them create great stuff. I find myself very much trying to I like trying to steer people to either videos that people do instant premieres on, right? Or videos that people do live. Tampa B. The reason is it allows the audience to get together and rap. And I'll be really honest with you, that's a little bit more important than what me and Spanky are doing here, right? And you go, oh, that's not the case. One day my throat was feeling like it had been sandpapered. And we put the cat cam on Squirrel, and I just sat there and worked at the desk for like 35 minutes. And I honestly think I got more thumbs up, more comments. The most important part is that people have an ability to come here and link up with one another. Right? That's connection. We are trying to reach 500 subscribers for Carol at Needing a Meeting. And my understanding is we're really close. Just a YouTube channel, huh? Well, there's no such thing as just a YouTube channel. Hey, Captain, been sober from alcohol since 2017, and your channel is a source of strength for me during my recovery. Why, thank you. And please, welcome aboard. And it is your boat too. Right? The price of admission is that you struggled, right? You're wanting to live a better life, and there's a habit that you wish was in your rearview mirror, or you love somebody, like somebody, or close friends with somebody, or any such thing with somebody who is struggling. Any tie to this ugly disease is the price of admission. Thank you. We're really glad to have you here. I mean that. I can't tell you how much fun it was to pump up that channel. To pump up Needing a Meeting was fun. Like I said, they're doing good work. They're doing good work. Crazy, isn't it? Work. You know why? I talked about this when I was over on their channel earlier. But if you grow up with somebody in your family who's been in the Great Depression, it's incredible how much differently they live than other people, right? If you had a grandparent or whatever that survived the Great Depression, and you'd go to the library in the house, and little bookshelves or whatever, pull out a book and start reading it, and you'd find $4 $50 bills in it, right? Or $300 bills in it. You'd be going, there's money in that book. Oh yeah, but put that back when you're done with the police. Right? Because there's literally cash stuck all over the house. And you'd be going, what the hell are they doing? Well, they remember a time when banks closed down and you didn't get any of that money back. They remember a time when the government showed up and said, you have gold, we're going to need it. Don't laugh, we did it. We showed up and said, you got gold, hand it over. You go, come on, Tommy. We did it twice. Look it up. We did it twice. So there are people who remember that stuff, right? And they're our bridge to a time that no one has ever, that the people on the planet today have no appreciation for. The Holocaust is the worst thing I can think of in anything in my life. That is the most heinous thing that people have done. And you know what? We're getting far removed from it. And every generation that's a little further out, right? Every generation that's a little further out. It's like the atomic bomb. Every generation that we get a little further out, we forget the horrors. And you go, come on, that won't happen. Really? Because we're watching people. It feels a lot like the 30s. I do shows like this and people bail. And guess what the best part is? You get up around 20K and you stop caring. Sorry, you really do. when you got 300 people, you tiptoe a little bit more, because if you say something to bum some people out, I am what I am, people, right? I am what I am. And I'll tell you something. I don't hate. I don't. I don't hate anybody. I don't. And I can think of some people that might have it coming, but I'm not wasting any more energy of mine on any of that hate crap. I'm going the love route. I'm going the love route. I feel like this is my lane. I feel like this is my lane. I feel like this is where I'm supposed to be. It felt great from the very first day we started the lifeboat. But I was always amazed at the Christies. I was always amazed at people who come here and say, I've never had a problem. I've never had a problem. We only need 30 subs. This is something we're so excited to share with everyone. Sending you love. Loved having the captain on today. Well, you know what? It was an honor to be there. You know what, people? Rich, throw that up there for me, would you please? Thank you, Fancy Nancy. Please throw that link up there one more time. There's 325 of you in this chat, and I'd be willing to bet that there's at least 30 of you that haven't hit sub. Are those handcuffs I'm playing with? No. No, these are what I'm playing with are spinners. They're they're fidget spinners, fidget devices, things like that. My daughter's super into them. And I am what I am. You know what? I like it. I like it. Anik, thank you, Anik. You know what? A lot of people wanting to see this happen. Do you know why? Huh? Because they've been around long enough to realize that when you get over there, it's got a vibe. You understand what I'm saying? It's got a vibe. It doesn't have to be this vibe, but it's this vibe. You will get in the comment section. Debbie Lima, good to see you. I don't know that I've ever said hello to you. Welcome to the lifeboat. Janet G, I'm glad you're here. You're going to get a different vibe. Make no mistake. You're going to get a different vibe. But you're going to see a lot of the people that you know. And it's nice. It really is. It's nice to go where people know your name. It's nice to show up somewhere and have somebody say, hey, it's good to see you. Right? Elizabeth Fraser, hello. Good to see you. Kelly B69 says, remember to hit the thumbs up. I wish you would, people. I'm not going to lie to you. Right? It has an effect on that stupid algorithm. I've been told by some people who I trust that the algorithm is actually run by some animals that they keep in a basement and feed odd food. That it isn't even, no one on planet Earth seems to understand it. Matrix Rabbit. Resin Temple went back to your old name, huh? Matrix Rabbit. I kind of dig that. I like the reference. I'm a big fan of white rabbits. Huh? Chicken Cherry Cola says, love your positivity, Tommy. You know what? I came by it honestly. True story. Came by it honestly. By being dishonest. I came by it really, really honestly. Oh, you're a fan of Alice in Wonderland. Well, you're in luck. You've come to the right place. Because we are all mad here. Which, by the way, is my next ink. I got a really cool tattoo. I'm going to show you guys after I get it, but I got some really cool ink coming. My cousin keeps relapsing. We help him get into rehab, and he does well for 18 to 24 months. Wow, that's impressive. Been to 4 or 5 times. Any words of wisdom? Wow, looks like we're hitting the wall at 18 to 24 months. Right? What is happening at 18 to 24 months? The question, right? The reason that we journal the hell out of everything that we're doing when we're trying to get clean, right? Right? When that's happening, we should be journaling our asses off, or the people at these rehabs suck. Because they should have them journaling like a big dog. then he can go back and he can look and say, what is it at 18 to 24 months? And my gut says one of two things is happening. That is when freedom is given back, right? Because for me, that's the first time, like I did great when people were sitting on top of me. You babysit me and I'm a beast. But the first time that I got any freedom at all, I mean, this much of it, I was going to get some dope because I didn't have control. I did great when there was somebody else making sure I couldn't screw up. But when left to my own devices, I did screw up. But that 18 to 24 months, that year and a half to 2 years, that's right around the time that people hit that pink cloud, right? Where you start thinking to yourself, I got this. Right? And I got this does one of two things, right? For real. For some people, honestly, that's the realization. Johnny Scoville was this way. Johnny Scoville was this way. He quit drinking and that was it. He never looked back, never had a relapse, never had a stumble. Didn't. Just plain quit. Now, I'm not that cat. Took me about 1,000 tries. Maybe 2 or 3. I don't know. I quit every single day until the sickness got so bad that I caved in. But I tried. I literally tried every day. Right? That was part of the routine. Not everybody gets it on the first try, to be sure. But I'd love to talk to somebody who has been to 4 or 5 rehabs and is failing every time at the 18 to 24 month. That would be a conversation I'd love to have. And with no disrespect to anybody on planet Earth, and not to sound like an egomaniac, but I promise you, I'll do better than the people they've been dealing with. You want to hear something crappy? Huh? They got a vested interest in people failing at 18 to 24 months. How about that? For real. If I could give you this and say, take this, walk out the room, you will never need the lifeboat again or anything to do with rehab of any kind. And I had, say, 20,000 of them sitting here. And I went, here. Wouldn't be great for business, would it? Right? It's not a great business model to be so good at what you do that you run off your customers. Now, I've seen people come here and say, you know what? I got sober and I stick around because I love the audience. I got here because I love the positive stuff. I got here, maybe it's a little different. Maybe you'd stick around after you got sober, right? Aaron got some food poisoning. I think it's food poisoning. You can go back and look at a clip of film with Reese when Reese was with him down there. And she takes this big drink off of a Starbucks and goes, oh, man, this tastes wrong. There's something wrong with this. And she hands it to Aaron and goes, how does this taste? This tastes wrong? And Aaron drank it. And they both got sick. Now, she didn't drink very much of it. And from what she said, she got you probably heard her. She said she was very, very sick, spent a lot of time in and out of the bathroom and, AA run. The last, that I heard while I was down there was he stood up and was a little dizzy, but he's been checking in with family and friends, was my understanding. I know yesterday he did. I don't know today. 15 people shy of 500 for needing the meeting. 15? There's 346 of us here, people. I got to believe there are 15 of you that are going to go over there and do that for me. Catch my last video? It's called, I would like you to do a favor for me. Haven't asked for a lot of them. I haven't. One's for Steve Molesky, please. Steve and his wife are great people. And they're struggling. They need thoughts and prayers. I talked to them today. I think it was today. It was pretty sure it was today. They're starting to blend. If I didn't talk to her today, I talked to her yesterday. But they said prayers are what we're looking for. Prayers are what we're looking for. I will come on and I will ask for those and I will feel great. Where do we sub at, says Ashley? Wrenches. Could we throw up a link to that one more time for me so that we can sub? This is a group that does a show each day that is very similar to what we do here on the Lifeboat, except instead of having one host, there's usually a group of people interacting with one another. But other than that, what's going on in the comment section is very, very similar. because it's a little bit smaller, as is the case with channels like this, we get an opportunity, right, to get to know each other a little bit better. And that's really a beautiful thing, right? Aaron put out a message to sub on YouTube saying that he is okay and will be back soon and doing better. Thank you, Debbie P. I really appreciate that. Everybody hear that? Hey, Aaron is doing, says he's doing okay and he'll be back soon. So lots of praise with him still, please. Eric, I love that expression. If I'm the smartest person in the room, I'm in the wrong room. I've always said that. If you are the smartest cat in the room, find a different room. Oh, I'm so glad you said this. I feel like I can go 10 days tops and then I'm urging for something. You know what? If you can go 10 days in a row and do it fairly consistently, and those urges aren't coming on before then, that's peculiar. I mean, I'd love to hear a lot more about that. And we're going to get to a point soon where we just do call-ins. This is coming. This is coming very soon, where you're just going to call in, because if not, there's a 40-second delay between the time I ask the question and the time the answer comes back, and it gets confusing as all hell. But that's fascinating, and I'm going to throw out a couple of options because this might help. If a person can go 10 days in a row and then get an urge and do something, drink 4 beers, smoke a joint, do whatever you do, and then you go, oh, what am I doing? And you can go 10 more days, and then you get that feeling again, right? If that's a pattern, you probably don't have much of an addiction problem. You have a problem with some things that, because going 10 days between any kind of use that you could do for a period of time is not normally indicative of drug addiction. Someone will argue with me, by the way. Don't waste your time, because what you're going to give me is the line, right? The standard line of yeah that is given to you by every other group out there who also have a vested interest in billing you again. The next road down the street. They got people who have fixes. Their job is to go out and find somebody like me back in the day. Boy, Tommy Scoville is perfect. I mean, you talk about a junkie. This dude's doing 7 grams a day. What's he worth? Right? What's he worth? To 8 of you that are in cahoots. Because we're going to take the next 15 years of his life and we're going to keep him within these 8 facilities. What's he worth if I can deliver him there? Say to any one of them to start, because they're just going to bounce him around, right? And they say $50K cash. You go, come on, man. Yeah, if the guy's got bulletproof insurance, or if he's set up the right way so that they can bill him, $50K, bring him to the back door. Go out and find me another one. And they'll keep him tied up in the rehab community for about 15 years, milk hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars out of insurance companies. You go, oh, come on, Tommy. Why do you think a pill here costs $45? I love that too, huh? There's a rumor that our people over there have got enough subs. Word is they might even be over the subs they need. And I got news for you. I know you haven't been doing this quite as long as I have, right? But there's no such thing as having more subs than you need. Spanx, what are they talking about? Makes no sense. If your target is 500, shoot for 25,000. Sorry, Calhoun, you can go back to that, but I want to miss this. What Tommy's saying is the whole reason for a set of jobs in health insurance companies. I'm telling you, it's awful. 509 says, Lord Kiss Freak. We did it. Yeah, you know what? You guys certainly did. I showed up on the last day, so I'm not taking any victory laps on that. Thank you. What are my views on medical marijuana? I don't have any issues at all with medical marijuana, Miss D. I don't have any issues at all with recreational marijuana. I'm going to shock you another time. I don't have any issues with somebody that wants to lay out a 0.5 gram of cocaine and sniff it up their right nostril if it makes them feel good. Addiction, I have a real struggle with, right? If your drugs are causing you to F up your life on a daily basis and you're not doing anything to fix that, right? If you're living in filth, if you're not taking care of your house, if you're not taking care of your kids, if you're doing really messed up things, right? Well, then drug or alcohol you're on is an issue. It's a problem. You feel me? I don't care. And that's the true story. I'm not an anti-drug channel. Sorry, I'm not. I'm an anti-addiction channel. I'm of the firm belief that the opposite of addiction is connection. But I don't have a problem with people that use medical marijuana. I don't have a problem with people who use recreational marijuana. I can't use recreational drugs. No way in hell. It's not in my makeup. If I use recreational drugs in a very short time, I will find my way back to exactly what it is my body wants. It could take a different amount of time every time. It might take 5 days. It might take 5 weeks. Hell, I might be able to go 5 years. But if I start doing something, eventually my body's going to go, that's not taking away the pain we want. Okay? It's okay, but it's not doing what we want. And you know what will do that. And then sure as hell, you know what happens, right? Thank you for keeping me sane through knee recovery. Love you all. We love you too, Lisa. I mean that. I'm not sure you were sane before the surgery. I'm just saying. But I think that we've kept you pretty close to where you were before it started. I'm kidding. I'm glad we were here for you. You know what, Lisa? I don't remember a time when you weren't on the boat. And that's a really cool thing. Tommy, my pain doc sent my prescription to the pharmacy on the 2nd today. Just got my meds. Oh, I just had surgery on January 17th. Ouch. I tell horror stories about this where, yeah, I'm so sorry that happened. I really am. Pharmacies are running out of certain drugs. We're seeing this a lot. And it's a bit frightening. I'm doing everything I can. What are my thoughts on narcotics for pain? They're the perfect drug to treat pain. We have the mu receptor in our body. The mu receptor is where opioid and opiates attach to the mu receptor, and that starts the process of releasing the pain relief. Now, I'm scared because of the stuff that's on the street today. The stuff that's on the street that people are using to treat narcotic pain, right, is a bathtub version of fentanyl, or worse yet, a family of drugs called phytonidazines, which are just the worst painkillers in the world. These are hundreds of times stronger than, say, morphine. My thoughts are this. I am a junkie, right? I used a needle for a really long time, and I was on pain meds, heroin, anything that took away pain that I could snort or shoot or smoke or eat or whatever, right? I did it all. Now, I think that there's a reason those receptors are in our body. And I think that 97 out of 100 people who use them for exactly what they're for, to kill pain, right? And then you know what happens? That 3 to 4% of us that can't do that end up using. I can't take pain medication. It's a non-option in my life. And you say, well, what if? I can't take pain medication. I can't. So I've had some odd talks with doctors, like if I were to go in for such and such a procedure, could you keep me in a drug-induced coma until I started to heal? Literally, because I don't think I can make you understand just how clear, right? I know this setup, and this is the way it works. If I add any opiate into my body, forget it. Drinking a beer now and on opioids. And I want to quit so effing badly. Every morning I say, today's the day. It's such a horrible existence. I'm going to listen and try to learn something. Hey, Bob, my brother. Every single morning, I had a 6.5 to 7.5 gram a day habit, or heroin. I would imagine by now you're on fent, and you're probably doing some of the other stuff that's mixed with it. I'll tell you something. Don't poo-poo it, because I did for so long, right? I poo-pooed it for so long because all I knew was what people told me and was how I did it and did it poorly. You need medical assisted treatment, brother. You need medical assisted treatment. You need to get on buprenorphine, right? Isn't that trading one drug for another? Yeah, it's trading a drug that's killing 350 people a day for a drug that's not killing anyone. It's trading a drug that you got to wait in parking lots to buy, right? And you'll wait as long as it takes. He keeps you there 6 hours. My dude's laughing right now because he knows what I'm talking about. You ain't leaving that parking lot until that dope gets there. When you can eliminate all that time you spend stealing, waiting in parking lots, doing all those things, and all that's gone, which is what buprenorphine does, you go, now what? And people decide, maybe I'll go get some work. Maybe I'll get some money. And then the next thing you know, right? People are going out, they're starting to do things because they've got time. And you go, yeah, I don't know. I'm on it. Saved my life. Yeah, that's how I got clean. Now, full disclosure, I was 5 years clean before I took Suboxone. But I went to a hospital and said, I've been white knuckling it. Right? I was trying to talk to a shrink. I'm white knuckling it. I'm white knuckling it. 5 years. And they said, you should probably be on Suboxone. I said, you don't understand. I'm already off. And then she said, oh, I understand. We want the MU receptor to think that it just got fed. Because my friend that just started talking about every morning, but the pain is so exquisite. Being dope sick is no existence. But you know why you do it? Because you fear dope sick more than you fear anything else. I've been there. There's nothing worse. I'm here to tell you, you can get clean without any pain. I don't lie. You can get clean without any pain. If you're shaking your head going, that's never happened to me, that's because you didn't do it right. Because I promise you it can happen. I've been doing it since I started the boat. Not to myself, man. I took the wrong route. But I've learned a lot since then. And I promise you, man, there's a lot to this. Veronica Bombria from New York. Good to see you. Glad you're here. Nick, I'm glad you're here. Christy Hughes. Yeah, I can. Tree hugging Buddhist. So I got clean, and for 5 years, I did every single thing I could do, right? I lived as if. Thank you, Scroll Serpent. Means a lot. No lie. Means a lot. Yes, Christy, thank you. Not Subutex. You understand? And if you're telling me right now, well, I can only take Subutex, I can't take Suboxone because of, never met anybody that was the truth for. I'm sorry. I used to say the same lies, right? I can't take that. I'm allergic to Narcan. Everybody's allergic to Narcan. It makes you sick. It's what it's supposed to do, right? But they go in and say, I'm allergic to Narcan. We all want to get on that, right? Because you can mix that with other drugs. Guess what? BS. You want to be on the Suboxone. Why? For so many more reasons other than just that it's the subs there. It changes the bioavailability. Honestly, the fact that it's there changes the bioavailability of the drug that you're putting into your mouth. And what it means is that if you start putting bunches in, eventually the Narcan level reaches to the point where you hit a diminishing return. In other words, it's the first drug that we've ever come across where the more of it you take, the less high you get. Huh? Yeah. And I know people, really close friends that said to me, no, you're wrong, dude. You're wrong. You know what you're talking about. You're wrong. And I'd say, okay. Yeah, I take 3 of those a day. I'd say, yeah, okay. Tomorrow I'll take 2. Tell me if you notice a difference. Because if you cut your heroin dose down by 30%, you're going to know a difference. You take any opioid and cut it down by 30%, you're going to know a big difference. And my boy called me back and said, you got to be kidding me. I said, now, tomorrow, drop another one. Yeah. Today he's on a half a strip. Took about 3 weeks to get there. He's very, very comfortable. Doctors were writing scripts back in the day for 4 and 5 strips a day. It is absolutely medically BS. You can't even take that much in. But they didn't know what they were doing. And then the old knee-jerk reaction, like we do in the U.S. and every friggin' thing we do. What did we say? Okay, you have to go to a special school and take special courses to be able to write a prescription. So you can't go to your doctor and get a prescription for Suboxone. You have to go to a Suboxone doctor. I got an idea. Let's make them jump through one more hoop. Because when that window opens, that window of sobriety where someone says, I want to change my life, guess what? They snap closed fast. I mean, fast. And how relaxed is my cat that I can clap my hands that loud and that cat doesn't move? For real. How chilled out is Squirrel when Dad is at the helm? That cat did not wake up, and I just clapped my hands as loud as I could right next to her. With booze, you snooze, you lose. SG, with everything out there. When that window is open, you got to be on it right then. Right then, right there. Especially if you're someone trying to help people. Tommy Bird says, hard, fast, and painted shut. He knows what he's talking about. He knows what he's talking about. Tommy Bird and I shared a habit. Right? We were on the same drug. Squirrel Cam is not Spanx Calhoun's fault. It's mine. Question, what is your opinion about methadone clinics? Methadone clinics are drug dealers. I'm sorry. They've saved so many lives that it's unbelievable. But what do they do for a living? Help me. What do they do for a living? They take money in every day. In cash, by the way. Right? And what do they do with that? Well, they hand you drugs every single day. You pay them money, and every day they give you drugs. Whether they're spitting it in their hand, right? Or whether they're handing it to you in a bottle at the window, they're drug dealers. I've never met a drug dealer with a vested interest to get you to stop buying drugs from them. I don't know a lot of people who successfully get off of it. I know a lot of people who get on it and spend decades on it. It's very hard to get off. Jennifer Folsom says, my husband was on methadone over 10 years. Is he off now? I would love to believe. That would be great. Hey, Texas Kate. You're suffering from narcissistic abuse now. I trusted and I am struggling. I am so sorry to hear that. I really am. Kristen says, some methadone clinics also require and provide group therapy on site, but it's mostly just to church it up. Yeah, absolutely. By the way, some of them that do require that you have to document that you're going to counseling. You want to hear a really cool one? 2 of those big groups now list the Lifeboat as approved counseling for their programs. Woohoo! How cool is that? I'm telling you, man, that one put, honest to God, that one put a lump right here. Johnny and Squirrel have a thing with the guitar. It's something really fun to watch. It really is. Kristen, it really is. It's badass. And somebody reached out to me and said, I need you to sign something for me. I said, okay, what am I signing? That says I come to the Lifeboat. And there's someone that comes every day. And I was like, who am I signing this for? And they're like, well, the person I get the Suboxone, the agency I get the Suboxone from, as you listed, as one of the, so I said, sure, I'll sign that. And then I reached out to the people there and said, guess what? If somebody tells you that they came to the Lifeboat, they're coming to the Lifeboat, but I'm not signing that crap anymore. Right? That sounds a lot like that 12-step crap I'm always complaining about, doesn't it? Somebody doesn't want to be here. I don't want them here. For real. That's a terrible business model. I've seen how that one works. Rachel F., thank you for being here. Oh yeah. Boy, oh boy. If Rip Curl Readiness was here, he's shaking his head. When I was working at Inpatient Texas, the affiliated methadone clinic would drop people's milligram doses as punishment because they were too loud or too disrespectful toward folks behind the window. Absolutely. And if you have $1 short of what you are supposed to pay them, you say, if you were to say, I'm $1 short, I'll pay you on Friday. No, you go to financial detox. That's when they cut your dose in half. We're going to make you sick. Oh, they're drug dealers. You can call them whatever the hell you want, but they're drug dealers. And I'm sorry, but they are. My brother got clean from methadone. You know, I will promise you something. They have saved more people, right, than radiation therapy. I'm absolutely saying they're better than the alternative. But I do the same thing, right? But I don't stand in lines at 5 o'clock in the morning and get treated like a leper. I get treated the same way as the guy that has any other disease. Why is it my disease forces me to stand on line at 5 o'clock in the morning, right? Freezing cold in a line outside going like this with all of the other lepers, right? Waiting for them to open up the door and give us our medicine. What other medicine do you got to get like that? You get insulin like that? No, hyperglycemic. We're not doing any of that. No, Lyrica. Do you get Lyrica that way? Neurontin, benzos, pain meds. Why the hell is the only drug you got to wait online for treatment for a disease? Oh, that's pretty jacked up. That's pretty jacked up. That's my humble opinion. Now, they've saved more lives. I'm telling you. They've saved a ton of lives, but they do have a vested interest in not wanting you to quit. Now, I will tell you this too: the business model, it is degrading. And Rip Curl Readiness did an interview with me, and he does one versus the other because he's done both styles, and he articulates it beautifully. Beautifully, they humiliate you. And my old partner told a story where he said, it was around Christmas, and he said, listen, I'm going to the clinic. And she said, well, we're trying, we want to make it between a certain time. And the reason is, and he said, well, I can grab, Junior was a nephew who was there. And she said, I don't want him down there near those people. I don't want him down there with those people. My friend said, Mom, I'm one of those people. Right? It isn't your kids, right? It's the other kids. My doctor trusts me enough to write me a prescription for all of my buprenorphine for the month, right? They bang it out. No problem. Here you go. And they trust me with it. By the way, you know how often they drug test me? They don't. They don't. They trust that I'm going to do what I do. Now, they didn't do that from day one. I'm not going to lie to you. They probably spent a decent amount of time watching me on the lifeboat, right? Question, what do I look for on Discord? When I go there, I'm looking for blonde girls usually. But I'm kidding. You go there looking for the exact same thing that you find here, connection. And it's broken up a little differently so that, but connection is what we're always looking for. So that when I shut down the boat and say, all right, we're going to shut this thing down for the night, right? People go, all right, let's head over to do you know anything about Sublocade? Sublocade injection is exactly the same thing as Suboxone, except it is the same drug. It's buprenorphine. It's time released. They inject it into your stomach, and they use it once a month, sometimes once every 45 days, whatever the case may be. Jennifer, I love this question. Do you foresee a day when addicts are treated as any other patients? I do. 100%. I know that day is coming. I know a day is coming where you're going to say to somebody, oh yeah, my son was, he was in school and he had bought, some cocaine he was using it to study with, or he bought some speed he was using to study with. And it got a hold of him. Turned out he had a habit. So we just headed down and got some medication. They got him cleared up. He's doing some counseling. Yeah, we're proud of him. So he's back on. And it's going to be just like that. And your neighbors are going to be going, oh, yeah. And Jenny broke her leg, playing field hockey. It's going to be the same reaction. We have receptors in our body for this stuff, right? So if you don't want to believe in God, don't. You believe in the universe. Don't want to believe in the universe? Don't, right? We crawled out of a puddle. Fine. Don't believe that. Panspermia. Did we come here on a rock from another place? Right? Or, is it chariots of the gods? Right? I don't care what you believe in. I don't. Inside our body, whoever designed it, put receptors in there, right? That bunches of drugs attached to, and get us high, right? By the way, animals do it, right? It's a part of culture, whether you want to admit it or not. It's a very good sized part of our culture. I personally, sadly, I lost the lottery on that, right? I'm not a guy that can do drugs. Could be a lot worse, right? I could be a guy that couldn't have sex. I could be a guy that couldn't breathe. Those would suck, right? But a guy that couldn't eat. If I got to miss one, I think I could lose the drugs. I've been pretty happy since I quit. To be really honest with you. I would say that 999 out of, 1,000 days, I am never going to go, oh man, I wish I had, dope today. Really, today's the day I wish I was wasted. That does happen. I'm not going to lie. I've talked about it. I don't go out and do it, but there are days where it's just so painful that I think I'd like to turn it off. And that's when I start calling every single one of my friends and telling all of them, right? So that everybody starts looking in on me and making sure I'm not doing anything stupid. Tommy, he lost his funding out of jail for methadone. Oh, wow. After they raised it many times in California, he had no choice. It was rough. Roughest kick known to man. I promise you. I went to prison on a methadone habit bigger than you could ever have on planet Earth. You say, well, how can that be, Tommy? Well, I wasn't getting it from a doctor. I knew somebody, and I'm not going to say his name, right? Old friend who may have stolen gallons of methadone off the back of a truck that was making deliveries. Literally just like the scene from Groundhog Day, where everything was just perfectly timed. Like my boy had watched this stuff get dropped off directly across the street from our office for so long. One day as it pulled in, he went out there, and right as the guy just rounded the corner to go inside, he went and grabbed as many of the boxes as he could hold. And there were 4 bottles, so 16 of them all together, 4 to a box, 4 boxes. Those big numbers you see on the other side of that. We were drinking this stuff out of wine glasses, doing shot glasses full of it. And I went to prison with that habit. It was the hardest kick I ever did in my life. I'm not joking. It was like 6 months before I felt normal. And I couldn't sleep for much longer than that. That's the hardest kick ever. Ever. So, yeah, shit, that is mean. I am sorry to hear that. Iced Autumn, here's my advice to you. Okay? When the time comes for you to start working towards Sublocade, don't do it instantly, right? Start to wean off, and even the doctor will tell you this. They may not say it out loud, but they'll hint at it, right? So as you're starting to get toward it's your last month, cut back a little on the strips you're doing. I promise you're not going to notice a huge difference if you stop half a strip a day and start stocking it up, right? Or a full strip. I don't know what your script is for, but start stocking them up. I'm not going to lie to you. I got stuff lying around. I think everybody does. I know 4 of my friends that are stocking up because nobody takes exactly what they usually take less. Less is more with that drug, right? So they usually take less. So most of my friends who are on Sublocade have a little sub laying around, so that if towards the end of the month it started to wear off. But my experience has been, and if you go to YouTube and Google just this, there's a guy out there that's got a channel like mine, and this is all he talks about. Sorry, I can't remember his name because I subscribe to him. But he has a really great show. And he talks a lot about Sublocade, a lot about Suboxone, a lot about quitting. It's not, the last time I was there, had not really started to take off yet. It's not a huge channel, but it's got a good group of people in it. You would love it. And just, I'm telling you, all you got to do is go into the search bar and type in Sublocade, right? So you're going to come across people who are doing videos on it. And most people say that it is the other way around. When you get to the 30-day mark, right, you think, oh, this is going to be wearing off. There's nothing to worry about at all. That in fact, he said he's got his doctor squeezing some of it out. They give you more than you want normally in the first month. They're giving you a lot of it, right? You're getting 10 milligrams a day guaranteed, right? The first shot's 300 milligrams. So that's 10 milligrams every single day. That's more than you're taking, right? You're probably on one, right? You're probably on 1 8 milligram strip. Well, now they're going to give you time release 10 milligrams a day. So that's more than you normally get. I don't think you're going to run out, bro. I promise. It's been everybody's, it's been everybody's experience as far as I know. Yeah. Discord reminds me of a 1990s BBS that I used to be on. Okay. No idea what that means, but I'm not very bright. Lifeboat crew, help me very much with the encouragement. It works. Virginia, we love you. I mean it. Love you. Molly Moore says, I usually lurk in the background myself, but I see you in here and in Reese's chat a lot. Well, I'm glad that you're not lurking, Holly. And I'll tell you what, you look beautiful. Glad that you're here. What is BBS? See, I'm scared too, because not only do I not know what it means, but I can see somebody smiling right now. So, okay. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to call this thing. This is, we're right up on that 1 hour mark. I wasn't going to do this because of the meeting, but you know what, people? Connection is big stuff. I love all of you. I really do. Hey, and Hummingbird, right? I know it's going to be a while. Just keep us in the loop, right? Everybody, forever you're there, you go. Bulletin board service. Gotcha. Well, this one's it is kind of like a bulletin board service. It's kind of like America Online. It's kind of like, bulletin board stuff, but there's a lot more cool stuff here. There's Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's my girl. I'm telling you, there are very few people in my life that I bonded to as quickly as to Tampa Bay man and her husband. It was incredible. It really was. Just in a matter of minutes, it was like, guess what? There is going to be a lot of that. I'm telling you right now. My goal, honest to God, we're going to be making videos, and with any luck, all of you are going to be going to bed with Tommy Scoville, 8 hours a night, right? That's what I want. Every last one of you. You know what that would do for the boat, for real. Do you know what that would do for the boat? Do you know what that would allow us to do, for real? If that's just how you, right? Calhoun says 100% not creepy. I want you to go to bed. Nothing creepy about that with Tommy Scoville. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Come on, people. Lighten up here. These are the jokes. No, Kristen likes it. She said that's going to be the tagline. I like the tagline too. That's right. Tampa Bay does get it. So Tommy, your son loved the Jabberwocky or what I did of it anyway. Well, I'm pleased. I can do Shakespeare too. If you want to bring him up, get him educated, we can do the Shakespeare stuff instead. That's a shirt right there. I want to go to bed with Tommy. That's a hell of a shirt, right? I'm telling you. We need one squirrel sized. I would do the Jabberwocky ASMR. I would do that. There's a lot of really great stuff that I'd like to do for sure. ASMR squirrel purrs. Oh, I can do that. I can absolutely do that. In fact, that's a must. I will do that. Calhoun, write that down. You know I'm not going to forget. Since Denver Steve always isn't around to sleep with, it might as well be Tommy. I don't know what that reference is, but hey, he can come here and sleep with me too. I want everybody sleeping here. Don't trip. I'm secure as hell with who I am. Get on over here. I want everybody sleeping with Tommy Scoville. Now, we will be working on it for real. No joke. And squirrel purring is going to get done. We're probably going to work some Tommy stuff in there. Tampa Bay, man, that shirt is on its way. It's on its way. I don't know where Denver Steve-O is. I saw him. I was in somebody's live the other day, and he was there. You know where it was? It was Crickets. Pretty sure he was in Crickets' feed the other night. And if it wasn't Crickets, then it was the last time I was on Reese's. But he was in one of the last shows that I did. Oh, that's one way. I got you. Denver Steve-O did that to do his hours and then took it off. So he probably wasn't doing ASMR. A lot of people do this. They'll just leave it running and let them watch you sleep or do whatever. I just would go live forever when I was trying to get the hours. Like I would do 4 and 5 hour shows. And then you guys got busy and I had the crew. And, people would say to me, I had you on 9 things last night. I had you on 3 phones. I had you on 2 iPads. And we went from doing I think we did 2,000 views in October. And then we got 4,000 hours of watch time in the next 2 weeks. And it was just Holly Moore, you should have that shirt then. You know what's creepy? I'm wearing that shirt. How's that? I'll just look like maybe deep down I'm a narcissist, right? I want to sleep with Tommy shirt. Tampa Bay, man, don't say that. I was really hoping that this was going to be something that was just, maybe special with just us. And now I kind of feel like, I'm second fiddle. I'm like, I'm not nearly as special as I thought I was. Autonomous sensory meridian response. I was coming up with something way dirtier than that in my head, but I like that. Dixie, that is one of the 2 most often used things in any comment in the lifeboat since we started, and I didn't know what it meant until yesterday. So don't feel like the Lone Ranger. I didn't know what it was until yesterday, and people say it in every video, and I go like this. And I never asked anybody. And then when my son said to me, you should probably just maybe tap out and do one of those videos. And I'm like, what the hell are you talking? I thought I was thinking OnlyFans. He creeped me out. All right. Okay, you did have a pass. I'm going to let that slide, Tampa B. I had a bit of one myself. I think we can get through this. I really do, Tampa B. We can get through this. Tommy, when I found the boat, I never imagined that my life would have been as blessed and enriched as it has. All of you have everything to do with that. Wow. Wow. That is so cool. It really is. That is so cool. I'm going to leave on that note because that is really, really cool. And Tampa B, you got a hell of a future too. Make no mistake. Do I have a Discord homework question that we can chat about? You know what? Let me think. Ooh. You know what, Calhoun? What do you think?
You rang.
Oh no. Denver Steve-O. I'm going to research this before I put it up because I remember once having to apologize to somebody for putting something up before I researched it. And you know what? I'm not a big fan of apologizing. It's not my favorite thing to do. However, I did promise that I was going to keep short lists and I was going to, How you feeling there, Spanky?
Hey, Dad.
How was the workout?
It's good.
Good. Good.
Hi, everyone.
All right, people. I love every one of you. That's my son right there, the Sphinx Calhoun. And this thing right here, that is a cat in a basket. She is alive in spite of the fact that she will let me clap and kiss her without moving. She really is alive. She's just a heavy sleeper. And now when I go out of here, I'm going to do the TREAT thing, and she might not even come. She's really tired. Thank you, everybody, for your patience. I know I ran a little late today. And by the way, if he's aligned himself with that individual, then maybe I'll come back on. Because I'm not going to lie to you, I felt like saying something a long time ago that I didn't. So if that's the truth, I'm going to come back on. All right, people. No, I won't. I'm kidding. I don't hate you. But I will be back on tomorrow morning at 5. Kelly B gets it. No circular firing squad. What's the deal? The deal is, a long time ago, I said, when all of that crap was going on with SBTV, and I said, you know what? They could have done that with that foundation and been classy, right? But the old school decided not to be. Not AA Ron and his crew, the old school. They know what they did. They did dirtbag crap. You know why? Because they used to get their rocks off doing it when they were in the cult. I'm sorry, that's it. That's my opinion. Now, here's the deal. Over here, there's not going to be any of that circular firing squad crap. We had a bump in the road. We had one. And if you didn't feel it, that's because we did a really good job on it. And if you did feel it, I apologize. But we're doing a really good job of fixing it. When I make a mistake, I'm going to own it. This one was mine. This one was mine. And I sure as hell am not going to make that mistake again. You will sleep alone tonight, mischief managed. But this could be your last one. Well, maybe not. But your last week. I promise you, people, I'm on this. This is something that I want to be on. Been on Suboxone for 3.5 years without a relapse. Saved my life. Look at you. Look at you. That's what I'm talking about. Just Being Me says, you are wonderful people. Thank you. I agree with you 100%. You are wonderful people, and I will see all of you in the morning. I'm Captain Tommy Scoville. That's my son, Spanky. Miss Dragon, love you. We'll see you all on the other side. Bye-bye.